Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video, and today's video is all about the Claim Jumper mission. So specifically, I have a mission set up to go to Crew L5. It's out kind of in the belt, the asteroid belt, and there we are going to encounter some claim jumpers. And we're going to eliminate the claim jumpers and all the sentry guns that are in that area. Today I'm taking out the Saber Comet. It is fully upgraded. I have grade A shields. I have, I think, only grade B coolers on it, but I do have a grade A power plant. So it's fully decked out. I've also replaced all the size 3 guns that are normally on the Saber, and I've put on size 2s gimbaled, but I decided to go with neutrons. So neutron cannons gimbaled. We're going to see how well it works in this particular mission. So here we go into quantum. I've sped that up for you guys. It's kind of a long, tedious jump, even though I do have an upgraded quantum drive in this thing, so it was much quicker than it normally would have been. I'm still in a little ship, a little fighter, so it still takes time. And the waypoint was obstructed, so I couldn't jump to it, so I have to fly 200 kilometers on, manual. So here we are. We've reached the search area. I've got my first target popping up. It does look to be a prospector. Those are the typical bad guys you face in this mission, are a slew of prospectors as well as these sentry guns. These sentry stations, they pack a punch. I think they have size 4 or 5 weapons on them, so they can hurt you. And if you're in a smaller ship like this one, which I don't recommend bringing a smaller ship doing this, but if you are in a smaller ship like this one, you got to make sure you're very mobile, that they don't hit you. If you're stationary, you're flying straight lines, you'll be an easy target for them to start shooting you and damaging you. As you can see, the neutron guns are actually doing quite well gimbaled. I've got the follow pip on, so you have the lead pip and a follow pip, and right now I'm using a follow pip. It seems to be more accurate than the lead pip, and it could be just placebo. I don't know. I think maybe they're a little more accurate. Now when it comes to gimbaled, it's a little more difficult when you're used to doing lead pips to use your gimbals on a lag pip. But you can get the hang of it. As you can see, I'm making short work of these prospectors, which prospectors aren't going to be the most highly shielded or armored vehicles out there. They're mining ships. But they do have a couple lasers, and there's so many of them that they could cause enough of a distraction for the sentry guns to do their damage on you. So I recommend actually taking out all the prospectors, or as much of the prospectors as you can, before working on the sentry guns. You can keep your distance from the sentry guns, stay out of their firing range while you're dealing with the prospectors. See, there's another one going down. There's a total of 9 sentries that you have to take out for this mission, as you can see at the top of the screen. They pretty much come in trios, so there's groups of 3. And none of them are within the range of the others. So in other words, if you're taking on one set of 3, you're not going to be taking shots from another set of 3. But 3 of them with pretty high-powered weapons can do quite a bit of damage. So you can see I'm getting shot at here. I'm returning fire. I was able to get that kill in third person. That doesn't happen very often, considering you can't see where you're aiming. But the auto gimbals with the wide aiming circle really helps with that. I was able to get that footage for you guys only because I had gimbals. A little harder to do with fixed weapons. I do have one Saber set up with fixed weapons, and we may do a little weapon comparison in the future to see which one is better, more effective, which one gets the kills faster. And this would be a fantastic mission to kind of do that test on. You can see the time to kill with these 4 neutrons gimbaled versus the time to kill with 4 fixed weapons. So maybe we'll take a look at that in the near future. On with the mission. So we've taken out the prospectors, so it's now the time to take out the sentry turrets. And you can see I'm approaching straight on. A little bit later, now you can see now that I'm going to start doing a slight strafe. So my lag pip is off to the right a little bit. So I'm kind of moving in that direction. And now I'm going to move back the other direction. I'm just trying not to be a stationary target for them to blast down my shields. At one point they will take my shields down. I fired off a missile to kind of soften the target up a little bit. Really isn't needed for missiles unless you're in a lesser ship, I guess you could say. Then you may want to really use all your missiles on these turrets to get them down as quick as possible. But missiles are finite. You're going to run out of those eventually. So I recommend having some decent weaponry. I'm using the neutrons because I don't have to worry about ammo. You know, you could use some Gatling guns, but you may run out of ammo before the end of this mission. So I do recommend going with lasers or neutrons or repeaters for this particular mission. So we've got 2 sentries down. The last one for this first set is about to go down. And you can see I'm strafing a little bit harder here than I probably should, so it takes that lag pip a little bit outside the gimbal circle. I'll kind of adjust for that here in the next couple of sets to where I'm not quite strafing as much, and I'll be able to keep that pip on target a little bit longer. So I'm going to go ahead and launch another missile here. I've got the missiles to spare, so why not use one? This particular mission pays off at 10,000 credits, which is a pretty good haul. And it only takes about 15 minutes to do. So it's worth the money. You can do quite a few of these. I mean, I'd say you'd be able to do 3 in an hour because you got to have travel times and stuff like that. So if you do 3 in an hour, you're going to get 30,000 credits. That's not too shabby. I would advise that if you are in like an Aurora or a Mustang and you're trying this mission, you're really going to want to do hit and run tactics. These sentries could take your guns down pretty quick. Your shields down pretty quick. So you may have to bug out when your shields start to take a hammering and let your shields charge back up and then come back into the fight. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're combating these sentries, because they're not going to move anywhere. The prospectors, on the other hand, if you don't take care of them early, then they may chase you down, and if you have down shields, you may not last long even to a prospector or 2. So make sure you take out the prospectors first, then you can do hit and run on these sentries. But always stay moving and always be strafing when you get within firing range, or they're going to punish you. I've seen bigger ships than my Saber here go down to these sentry guns. So they're not very forgiving, and if you're in a bigger ship, you're also a bigger target. But a lot of those bigger ships like Cutlasses, Connies, they can withstand these sentry turrets pretty easily. Cutlasses, they still struggle here and there, but you know, if you have good shields and you still have that strafing mobility, you should be fine too. And now we're on number 8, so 8 down, 1 more left. So guys, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell to let you know whenever I've got another video coming out. I'm part of the organization Texas. We are always looking for new recruits. You don't have to be a Texan, you can become a Texan by joining our org. So if you're interested in that information's down below. Also, if you're new to the game or you want to start playing the game and you don't know how, I have a referral code down below that will take you to the webpage where you can get your first package. Starting packages are around $40–45. You get 10 or 5,000 bonus UEC for using my referral code, and I get credit for a referral, so it helps us both out. So check that out. again, I hope you like this video. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.